and help pressure towers. But he's also got to deal with the Storm Spirit. Playing Prophet against Storm can be a bit iffy sometimes. If Cuckoo makes mistakes with his BKB or jumps into fights that aren't looking so good, then they are going to get smashed at times. But we'll see how it works out. Jarek's buying everything for his support. Crick can opt for boots first to help offset any movement speed advantage that Tree has. Otherwise, he's going to, despite hitting like a truck himself at 74 damage, the Tree will hit harder. So,
do you remember the old days where you'd have an action rune spawn immediately, and it somehow would be like a haste rune, and either it'd be a tree or a pudge just beating the heck out of you?
Yeah,
you're just like, no, I'm a crystal maiden, I can't outrun this.
And back then, haste would last like much longer. Now it lasts like 25 seconds or something. That shit used to last like 45 seconds or 50 seconds or something. You're hasted forever. A very powerful rune at all stages of its development. Feels relatively balanced now. When people use it, you're like, oh, that sucks. But before, it's like, oh, okay, if I don't TP, I die.
It's a pretty big invasion coming out here, trying to secure up these runes.
Nightfall trying to be tricky with his movement, but he did not want to get engaged on.
That's all runes going to T1. That is a great start for them.
Wow. All of them? I mean, Timber was a little bit careful there. He could have probably gotten there before Whitemon, but yeah, he committed to it. Alright, went back to lane, didn't want to get harassed. So, bad start, but not the end of the world. It's just going to affect when their first items come out. The bottle timing is going to be a little different here for Abed on the Storm, but they still do have a lot of their comfort heroes. That might make things adequate enough. A lot of harassment on Cuckoo already.
This is exactly what you want to be doing. You want to go through that shield up, get in the middle of all these creeps, take the damage, and just start being as annoying as possible early on. So
that was great. It's going to cost Jarek's a lot of mana, but I mean, they just started Cuckoo at 20% HP, and keep in mind, oh, there is a salve. Okay, I was going to say, if they didn't have a salve, he's just zoned. But a good start to offset the salve.
Some harassment coming out from Zephyr, too, being able to go and put down that Nature's Grasp. So just probably going to see a lot of skirmishing down here for the most part this early on. Maybe, I don't really think we're going to see any deaths.
We will see. Might happen. Mid lane, probably no deaths. Off lane, probably lots of trading. Unless that happens, that's a great pullback with no creep wave.
Yeah.
Big mistake from Abed. He'll lose a lot of HP from that. Like a salve's worth. And keep in mind his bottle's delayed because no bounty runes.
That is true.
He would literally have it flying out to him right now if he had, if they had bounty runes. And that means that gets delayed. He dodges another nuke mid, actually. He's getting kind of low.
He's getting chased. Yeah, they need a little bit more damage here, and they have the visions. Just popping the fairy fire. Carl just giving a little bit of chase, but no. Just be careful. He's getting drawn back here by Abed. Oh, the tower coming in. One more hit.
Oh my God.
There it is. Abed showing why he is known for the Storm Spirit. Knows the limits. Knows exactly what he's doing.
Dude, he got him back in the same way that that Carl almost got him. Pulls him under tower range. Gets those 2 hits. What a kill by Abed.
Oh, as Jarex finds kill on Zephyr. I was watching top lane here. Nightfall sitting very low, but he has a Timber Saw.
Jarek's like, see ya.
And yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, it's not worth it. HP is tiny. He could have salved and maybe used 1 mango, but then he only has 1 Aphotic Shield. Just better for him to die and give the gold. Come back to the lane. Bring any follow-up items that Arteezy might want. And he opted for the Band of Elven Skin for a little bit extra damage here. Good way to start the laning stage for EG to offset things a bit.
Yeah.
That puts Abed top of the charts. He's got his bottle, almost his first Null Talisman. It will not be the last Null Talisman. But yeah, nice recovery by EG in that laning stage.
Otherwise, everyone's pretty much just content to continue to farm. You do get a little bit of harassment over on the top lane, but of course it's a Dragon Knight versus a Timbersaw. He does that point in Whirling Death, so it has to be a bit careful here.
Yeah, gives you kill potential. Maybe not harassment with the Dragon Blood and the Bracer, but as a whole, Gabby should be fine. At least until he gets closer to 6, then you're able to layer a lot more damage on top of your opponent when you do the Whirling Death.
So what is the build for the safe lane Dragon Knight?
That's going to be the same, basically. He's got a Bracer for regen and damage. He's going to go Soul Ring to solve his mana problems. He goes Treads, and he's going to get a Blink Dagger. And he's going to get a BKB or a Shard, depending on how well he's doing. I would potentially bet money on that itemization. It's very likely.
Okay. Wasn't sure if we see anything a little bit wackier.
Maybe a Shadow Blade as an alternative, but I just feel like Blink is just so much more straightforward. You need to be able to jump in to follow up on your allies in a lot of cases, because Storm's going to be the one jumping. You just need to be able to follow up. Sometimes Shadow Blade's too slow. Even though his carry damage would be better that way, it's just more important he like lands a stun and uses spell damage to like slowly scale up.
I was about to say, Carl's going to be so sad because he's not going to have a water rune available, but does have a salve, as Whitemon does make his way over. So no water rune for him, but he at least does get topped off because he was sitting a little bit low in that mid lane.
Very nice of Crit to cover this. A little bit. Still hanging out. Wants to trade hits with Whitemon. It's one of Grimstroke's weaknesses, actually. He's not the best here support for trading hits with other supports. They tend to do better than him in that. And if he just kind of keeps Whitemon zoned, then Timber's going to do fine against Dragonite, and then Nightfall's happy. So, but if they pair up Grimstroke with other heroes, then you've got Disables plus Inkswell. That's a much different laning stage. That means Nightfall could actually die. That means Crit could actually die. So if he just keeps Whitemon busy over here, he's happy.
I mean, it will eventually happen. You will start to see them grouping up together, especially, you know, being able to put the Inkswell over onto Carl.
Jarex is going to die for this.
Yeah, he's getting chased here. He will get clicked down, but Zephyr will survive.
Yeah, I think Jarex overestimated his ability to get the kill there a little bit. I mean, he basically like said, like, okay, I'm going to die, but I think we're going to get the kill. And then he ended up dying, and now Arteezy's in trouble too. That's level 2 Leech Seed, by the way.
That is, and he is just getting clicked away here by these treants.
He's
gonna try to toggle a little bit here, trying to, oh, nope, doesn't quite manage to land Sprout, but they still have the vision. And they're running very quickly at him. This is a slow death, but
he's got
boots.
Wow,
no.
he lives.
He is gonna be able to live.
I'm super surprised. I thought he was dead for sure, but...
Oh, they might turn her back around. No, they're not going to chase after Cuckoo too hard. Crit makes his own rotation. They'll turn their attention over onto Zephyr, so this should be a dead tree.
Okay.
Good rotation here coming out from Crit and recognizing the situation.
Really thought Dusa was going to die there. The Sprout, if it was on target, he dies. But he ends up staying alive. Really nicely done by EG. Good rotation from Crit as well to guarantee the tree kill. And now it is rune time. Storm is 6. It's a regen. He doesn't get it, though. Carl very happy, but Carl did have to burn 2 Astral Steps to guarantee that. He's going to be happy he did now that he realized that the rune was there. Now, he's got vision. He saw the rune was on top. It's bottom. He commits the spell. So no action from Carl in this short bit of time here, but gets all of his mana back that he spent on it.
Gabby just trying to deal with Nightfall here. Going to be joined up, get a salve from Whitemon.
That's one of the things about Dragonite. You don't want to put too many points in Dragon Blood these days. You get 1 or 2, but if you don't need all of them, then it should be okay. That way you can do more damage, more stun, all that stuff.
Yeah, like we said, it's about timing here with this particular draft coming out from T1. Jacob's going to get tossed out here by Nightfall. Does have the Soul Ring available, and he picked up some raindrops too.
Yep, little mana stuff.
Yep.
And boots are up. Now aiming for Arcane Boots, standard Timbersaw stuff. Nothing weird there, but yeah, they're spending some hero resources to keep him covered.
Middle lane, Abed poking away over at Carl again. Managed to quite finish him off.
Laning stage going pretty good for EG, I gotta say though. Arteezy's top of the net worth for Adusa in the laning stage has been kind of contested due to him not dying. I mean, maybe Jarex is a little bit behind, but he's doing great.
In here, over onto Carl, crits into position, and that is another kill here for Abed.
Oh, what a collapse there. Perfect timing. Shield was already up on Abed to protect him, give some more damage. Crit gets the disable, the hex into the shackles. And Void Spirit now 2 deaths in this lane.
Yeah, it's been difficult for him. They've shut him down really well. They were able to go and collect the water rune early on. Did not manage to get the regen rune on Abed, but the positioning and the rotations coming out from the side of EG definitely paying off. So we'll try to get back here over onto Abed, the drawback with the Remnant. Let's see, but they'll immediately go throw the shield down. They'll protect him. As Nature's Prophet is starting to sprout up over here on the side. Does see Crit. Crit immediately, though, going to follow up. He's going to try to teleport out, and he is out of there, so.
Completely outplayed him.
Very nicely done here from the side of EG.
Burns the rune that Carl would have loved to have. He's doing a great job.
Ooh, there's a jump over on the side from Carl.
Getting a little aggressive.
Yeah, Cuckoo is fighting here with Jarex. There's a nice stroke of fate slowing him down just a little bit, but he's going to be able to purge it off. The Aphotic Shield, and the pressure is now on over here onto this mid tower. They've got the Treants. They've got, you know, they actually have an actual Treant. They have the Treant Protector.
Just beating up this tower with their early game heroes.
Carl jumping forward over onto Jarex. He's going to get number 5, so that's a dead Abaddon. And Crit hiding into this tree line here.
He's a little underleveled on Crit. Did spend a lot of time moving around, giving Timber those free levels. And
Abed trying to make a play over onto Zephyr, zipping back around. They have the ink swell, but he's going to go right back in. A couple taps over onto Zephyr. Do they have enough damage to do it? No, it's not looking like it's going to be enough. Not with that living armor. So a little bit of high five between the Spirit Brothers in the middle lane.
It was really close. Almost vortexed him to go for the kill, but he wanted to save it for more. Doesn't work out though. But he's going to get a bottle refilled here. And got quite a bit of his mana back with that triple null talisman. So not the worst for Abed at all.
I think Abed's doing quite well. But haven't really checked in with Artur down here. Teasy.
He's been pressured. Definitely has been pressured in this lane, but still has the most last hits, most net worth. Getting that kill definitely helped a lot.
Top lane pressure being placed over onto Gabby. They've got that heal over onto the Dragon Knight. Follow up here from Zephyr. Be a little bit careful. Gabby trying to move around the corners, but Abed is here as well. Nightfalls are coming out in mass here as TPs are coming to get the silence off over onto Abed. They need a little bit more lockdown though. Jarek's getting dragged back again. He's still sitting at level 5. He's going to fall. Zephyr though followed up. All right, there it is. There's that hold into place. And now Abed is forced to zip out. At the rotation, Crit sitting very, very low. Carl will be able to clean him up. Now Abed, oh, he is hiding in the tree line. Gabby's looking. Oh my god, so close, 17 hit points.
Yeah, that was really close. See, if he had one less point in Dragon Blood, he would have gotten a kill there. Nah, he needed that point. But good fight there by T1. They react appropriately to pressure them. Medusa still hitting creeps in the meantime, so not the end of the world for Ichi. But great silence on the Storm was the big thing. He jumps in, gets the pull on Dragon Knight, but the silence prevents him from doing like a Remnant and another Ball Lightning follow-up. So still some damage issues, but EG's going to start on Gabby.
Yeah, they are. They're chasing after. Now Timber Chain does not connect. Talker will put a little damage.
He actually casted Shackles, but I didn't realize it had a travel time to disable because it did go on cooldown.
Okay.
He was just a little greedy. He didn't want to Hex first, so he went to Shackles first. And he casted it, but he also got stunned. I saw something come out like a tongue. A little frog tongue
that's the
came
frog.
out.
The frog immortal from TI.
But I don't remember like when he does the regular one without the tongue. I just thought it was like a
just
it
grab.
just hits. It just works, you know. But hey, interrupts it.
That'll be Serpent Wards getting used on this top tower. They want to start taking away this jungle area from the side of T1. And that feels like that's rough, right? Because you do have a Treant Protector, obviously.
Yep.
You have just the 1 point in living armor, so it can only do so much. But don't want to be losing towers, not with this particular lineup coming out from T1, where you feel like they should be the more of the aggressive team.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay, there we go. We're talking about aggression. The silence over onto Arteezy. No more mana left. Whitemon, though, gonna get dragged back by Abed. But Arteezy, oh, they'll go hold him into place to get the kill on Whitemon to find Arteezy. And they'll be able to take down Crit. T1 with a good position here as Carl's gonna kind of poke away. Sees Jarex. Jarex still sitting at 5. He's so close to getting that 6. He's just not been able to get it. Remnant going back. Carl needing to be careful, though. He is very much on his own over here on the side as Nightfall will continue to just pressure. But that'll be enough out of that engagement.
Yep, heading back to the top creep wave. He knows they're not going to get this kill, so...
There we go. There's the 6 on Jarex.
Cuts down the tree during the Timber Chain.
Nicely done.
Yeah, but ultimately killing Arteezy in the mid lane, huge advantage there. Very good for them. But they brought the heat, and I know they only have 1 point in living armor. That's because Tree put a lot of skill points into damage.
Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I guess they're not going to go for it. All right. I saw the Whitemon teleporting in next to Carl and figured they might try to make something. But it is a Timber. It is pretty difficult.
Yeah, it might have been more about bottle refill than it was about going for the kill. But I'm sure they would have gone if they had if they felt like they had a good opportunity. This observer ward that was placed earlier on by Crit in the enemy jungle, that spotted a lot. So
very value.
Helps keep Nightfall doing well. And look at his net worth. He's close to the top, but still Arteezy. He's number 1 despite his death. Having a great game. Yash just finished going for Manta style, of course, to help deal with the tree ulti. Zephyr with the fast drums, actually, kind of a cool item build. 3 points Nature's Grasp as well, so he just does a pretty good amount of damage. Good team fight contribution.
Cuckoo getting harassed a little bit here by Abed. Knows that they don't have anything to cancel out the TP, so he's just going to leave that area. I think we saw Nature's Prophet considering moving in, but he probably said, nah, don't worry about it. So we have the Blink Dagger completed now for our Dragon Knight. top lane as well. Jump over onto Nightfall. They're going to try to make this happen. They've got the silence, they've got slow, and they've got some pretty decent nukes. Even go for that overgrowth. They just want to take this Timber out of commission, and it looks like they'll finally be able to.
It was close. I like that he chakrammed on top of himself to break the sprout that could come out. Instantly breaks it. But in the meantime, the rest of EG is pressuring. This is a decent space by Timber. Even if he dies here, if they get this tower, and it looks very dead.
They're trying, but
nothing they can do to stop that other than deny. So look at some Plague Wards, or some Serpent Wards, that is. He could be denying these. I would like him. Yeah, there you go. Just paying attention now. It happens, though. You're thinking about the next step. You just got a successful objective taken from the Radiant side against the Dire. That's going to give more space for Medusa. Now, if they want to gank Medusa, they can't just TP to the mid-tier 1 tower. They got to walk there.
They know exactly where Arteezy is, though. They've got the scan. Gabby has the Blink Dagger. Jump forward immediately. They have to burst down as fast as possible, and it looks like they're going to be able to do it. There was a Medusa there. Not anymore.
Yep. Oh, man, 5 more seconds. He would have had the Manta delivered. Maybe he dodges a spell, gets his ulti off, but no. Gets crushed, and yeah, that's their mid tower dying now, unfortunately. So yeah, T1 out moving them a little bit.
Right side, not a lot of the dragon form left here for Gabby, so but it's enough to get the job done.
Would have been nice to have Jerix in that area, of course, to help cover that gank, but was not able to do so. He's checking for wards now. It was just a smoke. They just got kind of lucky.
A bauble from the void.
Jerix did block their large camp to go for those D wards. He's not able to find any observer wards at the moment, but does put 1 ward down. I think he does spot Cuckoo.
Cuckoo does not seem too worried about it at this time.
Does not know he's there. For now, it was just a little angry, evil horse riding man.
Yes, the little. Yeah, that still makes sense. A horseman.
But he's also dead. The Wild West and the next booth over.
I know. I'm waiting for the yeehaws to come out of Sunspan over there.
Yep.
They're having a good time, though. It's a great day. It's the first day of the major.
I really like how EG's playing right now, though. They're playing on the enemy side of the map to farm their jungle. That way, T1 just has less resources.
Zip forward over here, but they'll be able to follow up, turn it back around, and get a kill on Abed.
Nicely done. The Blink Stun Fireball with the Overgrowth follow-up. Like, Storm literally doesn't have a solution. He is rushing BKB, which is pretty standard Storm itemization these days.
I like how they're not shy about using the Overgrowth to ensure that they can get a high-value kill. Because some of the Treants, you know, they hold on to it. They want to get, you know, a big team fight, but they realize, like, this is a good kill. This is where we need to be using this lockdown at this moment.
Yeah, some of those ultimates can be a little confusing for a lot of players, where it's like, it's such a good team fight ultimate. Surely I shouldn't use it to just do 225 damage. Well, in this case, hell yeah, get a kill on a Storm. Let's do it.
I mean, Zephyr Treant is just, it's a classic here, but they have the Blink, the forward over onto crit. They just want to get rid of him. They drop the Fireball, everything that they need as Nightfall will yo-yo over. Just cut through the trees, no problem, but the damage has already been done.
Yeah, these are the pickoffs that we were talking about T1 getting. Witchblade on Void Spirit also makes that very possible. Look, Carl's already set up for this. He's going to show on the wave, though. 5 more seconds, Abed would have been on the top creep wave, and he could have potentially gone on him, but instead he kills creep wave, runs backwards. Maybe they still go on Abed, but no overgrowth. This
is what we're talking about, this Blink combo with the Inkswell, with the Fireball. They have everything they need if they show anyone, really. As Carl, okay.
Look at that itemization on Gabby.
Oh my word.
Tread, Soul Ring, Bracer,
what a hero.
Blink. He's going BKB next with Shard. That's the combo. And with Inkswell, this is what makes it so good. Like, Grimstroke doesn't need a lot of a farm. He just needs to Inkswell his cores, and then they go to Initiate, and they get these like crucial kills on the enemy carries and enemy cores. So Storm's just gonna have a tougher game. It's still gonna be effective no matter what happens.
Got the immediate TP here. They're looking. They want this Medusa, and they do have a ward over on the eye spot, so they can see exactly where Arteezy is going. He's playing. I don't think he can get. Look, yeah, he's already got the Stone Gaze up. Just nope.
That's
Getting
gonna
out of there.
reveal EG having a ward for sure, but. Because he popped ulti seemingly at a weird time, so he clearly saw them coming. Well, he reacted to the Inkswell. So they'll have that going, and crit is going to begin on Roche, actually.
Okay.
That's cool. Curse of Avernus against Roche can make these wards attack fast. Attack little wards.
They are attacking, but they need to be careful here.
Not much attack speed.
Yeah, look at this. Nature's Prophet making his way over, spotting this out. It's like, oh, okay, I'll have my people battle your people. Get a little gold. Make sure that you can't take Roche.
Not bad.
We do have the Orchid completed now as well for Righteous Prophet. Bit of a zip forward. Look at the response immediately from the side of T1. They were waiting for that.
They were, but with Abed baiting out the reaction spells, great time to go back in. Grimstroke, not really the most items I've ever seen. Brown boots.
I mean, he's getting the job done, though.
And he's got a shard cone. That's where his net worth is tied up. But
Yeah, the shard is very nice.
the old brown boots Philosopher's Stone. But he's doing it correctly, right? Again, it's the Inkswell. He Inkswells Dragonite when it's time to fight. DK goes in, blows people up. But they pop their ultimates due to Abed being aggressive there. Jumps in, jumps out. Wasn't seriously going to commit. Or he's just poking a little bit, do a little fish.
It is so hard to obs heroes like Storm and Timbersong.
You just got to click on their hero portrait and hold. That's the best thing you can do.
Oh, God.
No, you just got to left click on their hero picture. On the bottom. Like his... Like,
Yeah,
you know the one? That's
Yeah.
the best way, because then it just locks.
But then you got to look at everything else.
Oh, yeah, afterwards, yes.
There's
but-
so many...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You can't track the heroes and also move the camera all the
No.
time.
I think Tinker's probably the worst, though. Tinker's probably one of the worst ones to have to ops. But luckily, hopefully, won't see any of that hero. God. All right. Well, this Roche is still sitting fairly low. There's a lot of movement over here. We'll go throughout the Nature's Grasp. Arteezy continuing to farm. Is starting to get a little bit behind the Dragon Knight now, which is a bit weird to think about, right?
It is a little weird, actually, yeah. He's top of the net worth, but this is the simple beauty of Dragonite. If you continue to do well, you will just have more net worth than your opponent, period. And this is what he's doing. It's like, I would like to fight.
They're just jumping after Nightfall right now. Gonna find a steal, but they'll go get the Soulbind off. Follow up. Cuckoo's gone perhaps just a little bit too far. Nightfall still will fall, though. Drag back. Abed taking a little bit of bath and all of that fire, but they do manage to get the kill on Cuckoo. Carl will get healed back up again from Whitemon. Start bottling
Nice
up.
fight. That was won by Jarex, in my opinion. There's been a lot of like mind games to try to play against the Abaddon. We saw it with the Leech Seed earlier, mid. Like they start casting it, they cancel, and then they cast. Because if you just cast it a little bit later and the shield comes out first and your spell still works at full value. So here's a clip of that. He starts pump faking it, pops it to break the stun when it finally comes out, and that allows them to win the fight. In the live game, they're actually doing a swing around by T1. They end up killing Shadow Shaman. Jarex looks like he's going to escape, so actually T1 does not get that much out of this re-engage, but decent usage of their ultimates. They could go to Roche if they want.
They could, yeah. They just picked up a medallion over on Zephyr, too, so... Feels like that's the area they'd like to go, perhaps. A little bit of vision. Farm up the triangle. I feel like the big thing, right, is like you're trying to take away real estate from Arteezy. You don't want this Medusa to be continuously hitting that triangle area. In fact, you know, you probably want... You do have that one aggressive ward that's about to go down over here, but just whatever you can do to disrupt this Medusa, because that is their winning win condition, right? Is to get this Medusa just as big as possible and make it to the late game.
Yeah, exactly. Dragon Knight's going to be effective right now and until another 10 or so minutes, because he's going to be great at initiating, having Inkswell follow up, killing supports, but ultra late game, yeah, he's not going to be able to match the Medusa unless he gets like Scotty or something. I don't know, because he's not going to be able to reduce their attack speed. I guess Blue Dragon does do that. He's making his way there, but dare I say making his way downtown.
Walking fast. Faces past this
but I don't know the rest of the song. I'm going to stop right there. Yeah, when Ducey gets farmed, Dragon Knight's going to struggle a little bit to output the same carry potential.
Yeah. This is a big item pickup now. We do have the BKB online for Gabby, so this DK's got pretty much everything that a growing Dragon Knight could need to start being even more effective.
Pops his ultimate to get some farm in the meantime. They don't really expect that they're going to go for Roche, and I guess they don't expect DG to do it either. Dusa doesn't quite have Scotty finished. Arteezy is going to buy out for those pieces, though. Yeah, pressuring Timber. Still pretty tough here.
Be careful, there's lots of trees nearby, but they follow up using that Inkswell. Do have the shard available too, so that's Phantom Silence being thrown out. Cuckoo making his way over. There's gonna be another blink coming out from Gabby to be able to get the drag back, and that's just a dead Nightfall yet again. The soul bite connecting
no.
over onto Jarex and Arteezy. BKB coming out. Gabby was taking a little bit too close of a look. They'll be able to get the heal, though. They'll turn back around. There's no mana left over here on Arteezy. The zip is coming in from Ovid, but they go for the overgrowth. Crit sitting very, very low, swinging right on through, though. Get the kill on Crit. Get the kill on Arteezy. Eventually, Zephyr will fall, but T1, they're fast, they're furious. They see this Nightfall. They want to get rid of this Timber as well, and it's looking like they should be able to do it. He's got the Timber Chain. It's just not on the right spot, though. T1 taking one hell of a fight.
No kidding. Buybacks and everything. I mean, it just went really bad for EG pretty quick there. If Jarex gets caught as well, he does not have his ulti here.
He does not. He's already...
He's got a TP.
There's
Could
the
juke and
silence.
teleport.
Can you, though? I don't know. He's looking between a rock and a hard place, or a lot of trees at the very least, so,
Man.
yep.
Only person that doesn't die there is Storm Spirit, basically. He didn't pop BKB. I wasn't sure where he was in the fight, but it basically starts with Nightfall being aggressive, right? He's backed up by the Abaddon, but then he starts going south. Abaddon had to run to the left. So because they split, now they're like, okay, commit to Timbersaw because we can definitely lay our disables on him now. Layer our disables on him. They did that. They kill him, and now it's just free reign, especially when they caught the Dusa and the Roche Pit. So that was a really big mistake. Plus buybacks from Timbersaw, who ended up dying afterwards. I mean, EG as a whole has been playing okay, but T1 has just been getting pickoffs.
Abed?
No.
Oh, no.
That stun from Dragon Knight caught him, dude. You got to be ready for that. When they jump into the pit, you click the stun button, you hover your mouse, make sure it's on a Roche, and you spam that shit when you see the storm coming. And sometimes you get him, and they got him. Big catch.
Ooh.
He was trying to undercut this. Kill Roshan, take Aegis, get back out again, slow things down, anything, but he just ends up dying.
It's a valiant effort, but yeah, like you said, you have to be very, very careful if you're going to make a play like that, especially against the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, so good for him.
He's sitting on top of the net worth right now. I mean, he's trading on and off with Arteezy, right? It is a Dusa, though, who does have very good farming capability. We've got the Scotty online.
She does. It's just, I don't know. It was just a weird fight before. Her ulti's not going off while her team's also doing stuff. It was just purely defensive. Bought her some time, but she still gets sprouted, and definitely a little bit of a tough one there for Dusa. It's got the 15 talent, almost 18, in fact. But I don't know, tough game right now for EG, down by 9K. Farming looks like definitely a little bit necessary. Jarek's going to go for an Aether Lens. I like that a lot. Help him cover his allies. Storm just trying to slow down these pushes on the side lanes.
It's hard, though. It's very hard, especially when you got the Nature's Prophet there as well. Gabby has had a perfect game so far, 6-0-9. This is an unkillable Dragon Knight.
Yep.
Got some movement again. Bottom, they see Arteezy. He's going to have to go for the Stone Gaze.
Gets the stun off on Void, so they're probably fine. Target's pressured. I don't think it's going to die. Oh, it's dead.
No, it's dead. They get the denial, though.
Okay. All right, well, look, they got something done. It buys them time, gives them a little net worth.
They know where Nightfall and Jarex are. No, I'm going to be able to grab the right one. Let's poke away at one of these illusions here. Gabby, though, they have the vision. Got the ward. Immediately popping the ultimate. A little bit of chase. They just saw Arteezy. Arteezy's like, ooh. They will end up losing Jarex here for sure. Another kill for the Dragon Knight.
He almost gets up, but yeah, they controlled this area for a while after they took Roche, so. Jarex has been spending time hitting creeps, not dewarding. They didn't control that part of the map, so I don't completely blame him, but.
Ooh, okay, it's blinked out in time. Figured he was dead there, being all his own.
That was really close. Yeah, if he gets hit and then silenced and sprouted, he's extremely low. Probably dies. And once again, T1 running back and forth across the map, trying to get kills, but Crit, very ballsy, stays. This was a cool play. We're going to see a repeat. Oh, he gets hit this time. But he's juking.
Ooh.
Crit's breaking ankles, dude.
I mean, they see him. They don't have anything to cancel out this TP, though, is the problem.
Didn't want to commit overgrowth. That was cool that Jarek stayed. Or I'm sorry, that Crit stayed. He doesn't have Shard yet, so he doesn't really push super well, but he's basically making them run back and forth across the map for him. That was actually a really good move.
That is indeed necessary as the play is being moved over onto Nightfall again with the Sprout, with the Fireball on the ground, the Silence. It's going to be a dead Timber. Nightfall just having a lot of difficulty this game.
It is a tough one. That's 5 Null Talismans, by the way, with Fairy Trinket on Storm Spirits, so his spells are pretty inexpensive here. But this is the cheesy stuff they are kind of forced to do right now because T1 has great tempo and they're ahead in net worth. They kind of have to just dodge fights for a while until they feel like Medusa has enough net worth and the Aegis is gone for them to actually take a fight. So for now, this is what we're going to see. There's a Crystallis on Medusa as well, up his damage a bit. Just the ball back and forth.
It is a silly game, Dota 2.
Yeah, certainly.
There we go. We've got the bottom tower removed. T1 just making moves all over this map. They're really just cutting away all of this real estate here for EG.
Warriors of the wood.
Yeah, he's cutting some creep waves still with the ball lightning, but yeah, he's terrified of jump from DK combo.
There's so many silences too coming up from the side of T1. What a nice deep ward here. The jump forward immediately over onto Chris. He just absolutely gets obliterated with the Ags over onto Carl too. They should be able to clean up on Nightfall. It's a quick hit and run coming out from the side of T1.
I kind of wonder if he should have gone Yules on Timbersaw instead of the Kaya Sanj. Maybe go Sanj into Yules or something, but it just feels like he's like maybe relying too much on Abaddon to save him or something, but he's now died many times. And it's not like the spell damage is really that important in this game. It's not like you're getting kills. You're like trying to just be defensive.
It's like the tiniest bit. All right, there you go. The jump forward coming out from Carl. The drag back over onto Arteezy. That's so much damage coming out. This is not looking good for Deuce. She's taking so much. Followed up with the silence. Carl, he'll find the kill. Jerax now running for his life. Although perhaps he's gone a bit too far. Crit is here. He does have the shot to go for the overgrowth, though. Just trying to punish Carl here with the BKB over onto Ovid. They get the soul bind up. It's still alive, though. They haven't managed to get the kill as Crit is tethered over onto Ovid. This is not how a Storm wants to be playing right now as Carl goes right back in again. Says, how dare you even try?
Oh
Follow up, there's the buyback from the Medusa. Abed hoping he can find anything over here on the side. Does manage to find Whitemon, but again, this is a support that's not the optimal target. Gabby running for his life. Now, is forced to go and pop that BKB. He'll teleport out. He'll be fine here.
Catastrophic fight there. 400 less gold for Arteezy from the buyback, despite helping out with some of the kills. Ugh, really tough for EG. On the bright side, they've only lost one melee Rex, but a 16k gold advantage is significant. And I mean, if your opponents have these kind of great jumpers, the Grimstroke combo with the DK, it's a great alternative.
Well, the heal, too. The fact that, you know, you put the Inkswell down with the shard, it's saved his life a couple times now, which is very impressive.
That's true.
The healing coming out from these boys.
I think what really hurt EG in that fight, though, and I'm not 100% this happened, we'll see if they get a jump here. They're waiting for someone to hit the creep wave. They want to kill. They're like, all right, we need to get some shit done.
All right, the jump forward over onto 4. Oh my god, they just blow up Crit completely, and now Arteezy getting wailed away here by Gabby. The thing coming out from Abed here. Drag back, Stone Gaze is going to get used. Gabby still very, very tanky. Carl needing to be careful too because he was looking in the wrong direction. Not a lot of mana left over here on Arteezy. They're just dishing out this damage. It's looking very bad for him. He will indeed fall as they chase after Abed. They call the GG. They've had enough. That is a 20k net worth lead. T1, that is I believe what our friend Sunspan would call a shellacking.
It was a pretty darn one-sided game. That's got to feel bad for EG after getting 0-2'd by Tundra as well. I mean, they had some like defensive ideas in mind for this game, but they still died a little bit too much. And they were kind of small mistakes initially, separating in the enemy jungle. Arteezy getting solo smoke ganked instead of